What is violence? How does violence arise? And there is not only physical violence, hitting each other, throwing bombs at each other, killing each other, but also there are various forms of violence. It is violence when human beings are in conflict psychologically. That is a form of violence. It is another form of violence when we imitate, when we conform, when we follow. All those are indications, like being angry and so on. The terrorists, the totalitarian states, which suppress people, all that is a form of violence. Now, is it possible to be free of that violence, psychologically? It is only possible when you can come face to face with it and deal with it, not have theories, ideals of non-violence and all the rest of it. That is an escape from the fact, because you are violent and you want to become non-violent, and therefore you make an effort, and that very effort is a form of violence. Are we imitating, conforming, adjusting ourselves to a pattern which we or others have established for us? All those are symptoms of violence, like anger, hatred, jealousy. Can we remain with that factor of violence and be aware choicelessly of the whole structure of violence? Where there is division between man and man, woman and man, and so on, there must be conflict, which is a form of violence. Nationalism is a form of violence. When there are two dogmatic beliefs, each trying to convert each other, oppose each other, it is a form of violence. So are we aware of this factor in our life? And when you become aware of it, what are you going to do? I am violent. I let it come out, not in action. Let it flower, let it grow. As you watch it, it grows and dies. Is it possible to see the whole of the content of consciousness at one perception and be totally aware of the whole thing? Is it possible when you have lived a partial life all the time? You look at life partially, don't you? You are a businessman, you are a doctor, a politician, an artist, a writer, and so on. Those are all divided parts, and our whole conditioning is to look at life in parts. Therefore, our conditioning is going to prevent seeing the totality, the whole of consciousness at one instant. So our concern then is not how to observe the totality of consciousness, but why does the mind or the brain observe partially? Why is the brain not capable of observing the total affair? The brain has been conditioned through millennia to look at life partially. You are looking at life in fragments. Why does the mind or the brain observe in fragments? There is security in fragments, and the brain and all the structure of the brain demands security. So it has found security in a fragment. Now, is there security in a fragment? Is there security in division? As a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jew, or in a specialized career? To find out that there is no security is the beginning of intelligence. The essence of fragmentation is the me and the you, we and they. That is the essence of fragmentation. And we have lived that way, we are educated that way, we are conditioned to that, because in that there is tremendous idea or illusion that there is security. To be free of that requires a great deal of observation, living with the idea that I'm really functioning in fragmentation. And where there is fragmentation, there must be conflict, and therefore the importance given to the me.